argue that, well, we have given you a window and an extension is always possible. So there is going to be a significant impact on banks. Banks will once again be flushed with 3.62 lakh crore. We saw the impact on the banking system when that huge amount of money happened in 2016. That's a broader macro point. And the second point really is the impact on trade. As far as I would say, since pink is the new black, post September 30th or even after the extended deadline, the 2000 note will simply be a piece of paper.
Okay, I want to get some reactions from our reporters on the ground. Devankur Vadhavan joins us from Jaipur. Anirban joins us from Kolkata. Devankur, very quickly, what are people making of this decision by the Reserve Bank of India?
Well, Rahul, there is a sense of anxiety on the ground whether people will have to once again stand in long queues, the kind that the one witnessed in 2016. I will straight away go to some of the people, get in the voices from the ground. 2000 रुपए के नोट आरबीआई ने फैसला लिया है कि नए नोट सर्कुलेशन में नहीं आएंगे, पुराने नोट्स जो हैं वो लीगल टेंडर रहेंगे सितंबर 30 तक। पर क्या आपको ये एंग्जाइटी है कि वो नोट्स जो है जो आपके पास है दोबारा से क्लैमर हो सकता है नोट्स डिपॉजिट करने के लिए?
अगर बात करें 2000 के नोट की तो प्रेजेंट सर्कुलेशन में आई डोंट थिंक कि इतने ज़्यादा नोट्स हैं 2000 के, और अभी हमारे पास टाइम भी है, आई थिंक 4 मंथ्स समथिंग है, तो 4 मंथ्स आई थिंक इनफ है किसी भी पर्सन के लिए अगर वो इन्फॉर्म है और उसके पास जो 2000 के जो नोट है वो अपने बैंक में जाकर डिपॉजिट।
आरबीआई का जो फैसला है, सरकार का फैसला है, आरबीआई के थ्रू कम्युनिकेट किया गया है, इसके पीछे की मंशा क्या लग रही है? क्या लगता है कि ब्लैक मनी कर्व करने के लिए किया जा रहा है?
जी ऑफ कोर्स सर, इसके लिए ये जो डिसीजन लिया गया है इसके लिए ऑफ कोर्स बड़े बड़े इकोनॉमिस्ट उनकी कमेटी बैठ के सोच समझ के डिसीजन लिया गया होगा। तो जो ये लिया गया इसे बिल्कुल ब्लैक मनी भ्रष्टाचार जैसे मुद्दों पे काबू पाने के लिए लिया होगा, क्योंकि 2000 के रुपये की जो नोट की वैल्यू है वो बहुत बड़ी है। तो जो छोटे कॉपी नोट बनते हैं छोटे नोट के, उनसे उनकी अपेक्षा 2000 के नोट की कॉपी बनती है कहीं ना कहीं, तो वो भ्रष्टाचार में ज्यादा।
Let's get a reaction from Anirban as well. Anirban is in Kolkata. Anirban, do you want to tell us what people in Kolkata are saying about this government decision? Does it really impact them as much? My mom just messaged, she's watching at this time, she said, I don't have 2000 rupee notes, don't spread rumors about me, which is cool, chill. So I realized that, but people do have, I mean, if you go to our ATM right now in office, some of the notes that will come out in a 10,000 rupee transaction will also be 2000 rupee notes. So Anirban, what are you picking up from the ground?
See, the people are a little bit anxious about the decision because as the result of 2016, when the demonetization happens, there is a long queue near the ATMs and banks. So
okay, stay with me for a moment. I want to go across to former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram. He's joining us from his constituency live at this moment. Mr. Chidambaram, your first reaction as former Finance Minister to this government's decision, which they say will help clean up the economy, reduce the presence of high denomination notes. Mr. Chidambaram.
This is the usual spin which is given by government, and the RBI plays along with the government. 2000 rupee note was never a clean note. A clean note is a note which is widely used, popular, and millions of people use that note for a daily buying and selling. 2000 rupees was always a dirty note. It was only kept by people to store their black money temporarily until they converted the black money. So it was a very convenient temporary storage for people who were storing the black money in 500 and 1000. They were very conveniently storing it to 2000. To call it a clean note, I mean, you say it is a dirty note and you're cleaning it up by withdrawing the dirty note.
But directionally, you'd agree that this is the right thing to have done. Maybe it's happened a little late, but they're pressing in the right direction.
Obviously, it was a wrong thing to have introduced the 2000 rupee note. It is certainly the right thing to withdraw the note, even after 7 years. It was totally wrong to introduce it in the first place.
One of the things the government is saying, this will clean up the election process. A lot of these 2000 rupee notes are used by netas for poll financing. There are big elections towards the end of the year, general elections next year. They think this will help clean up the electoral process.
Have they discovered this only after they lost the Karnataka election? They didn't discover this when 5 state elections took place a few months ago. I mean, this government comes up with ad hoc and foolish responses. The honest thing to say is we made a mistake in demonetization. We compounded the mistake by introducing 2,000 rupee notes. We made the mistake worse by not recalibrating our ATMs. Now that we know that 2,000 rupee notes were never popular, it was not a widely used medium of exchange, we now accept the criticism that was made by me and others in November 2016, and we are withdrawing the 2,000 rupee note. And just as I predicted, they introduced the 500 rupee note after a few weeks of demonetization. I will not be surprised if they reintroduce the 1,000 rupee note.
But why do you feel that way? Because they're directionally going away from big denomination notes, so there's no need to bring a 1,000 rupee note.
Please understand, with higher per capita income and inflation and larger volume of trade, including internal trade, buying and selling, it is necessary to have a decent denomination note. Once upon a time, 10 rupees, 50 years ago, 10 rupees was a decent denomination note which could buy most things. But 100 rupees, if I remember right, about 25 years ago, a 100 rupee note was a good enough note to buy and sell on a daily basis. Today, 500 is the most popular medium of exchange, and 1,000 rupees would be necessary, at least in urban areas. Whether they introduce 1,000 rupees or not is their decision. But I will not be surprised if they reintroduce the 1,000 rupee note.
Okay, you're saying they should have done it earlier, but directionally is the right thing to do, but you're also making the point that they're correcting their own mistake. Mr. Chidambaram, for joining us, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. I want to go across to Krishnamurthy Subramaniam, currently Executive Director at the International Monetary Fund. Before this, he's been Chief Economic Advisor to the Government of India. Dr. Subramaniam, welcome. This is something which is being attacked by the opposition. They're saying, A, this was a mistake in the first place. All you've done is clean up your own mistake.
Let me get on, talk about the economics, Rahul. If we look at the amount of money in circulation, that was in 2,000 rupee notes. As of March of 2018, the amount was 6.7 lakh crore. Today, and this is RBI data, that amount has come down to 3.6 lakh crore, which means the residual, which is 3.1 lakh crore, has been hoarded, in stashes by various individuals, and you would recall, in a recent raid that happened, in West Bengal, what one saw was basically all pink-colored notes, which are actually, mountains of pink-colored notes, which are 2,000 rupee notes. So that just adds to the fact that, this 3.1 lakh crore has been actually hoarded. Second point, and this is something, I was hearing the four-time finance minister, Mr. Chidambaram, do his usual, I'm going to not name it, but I remember him actually laughingly talking about, how can you expect a vendor on the street using digital transactions? What he laughed about is today a reality. If I want to drink a cup of tea as well, just pay 6 or 7 rupees or 10 rupees. I can pay using digital payments. So common folks, people like you and me, we all make digital transactions. We use digital money for transactions. In other words, money as a medium of exchange, which is what economists talk about. That is something that has been clearly enabled using digital transactions.
No, sure. So there is no quarrel about the fact that digital transactions are going up, and thumbs up for that.
Yes.
The point that we were discussing, for example, just the practical modality of having to queue up each time you want to return 20,000 rupees, right? Because only 10 notes can be returned at one time. Now, somebody could have a lakh or two lying at home, and now you need to go, say, 10 times or 5 times to the bank to do it. Why can't the limit be more reasonable by, say, 1 lakh or 1.5 lakhs can be returned in one go instead of going again and again?
There is a good reason for that, Rahul, because, think about, the key economic motive behind this, which is, to sort of bring out the hoarded cash. If you keep the threshold at 1 lakh, suppose somebody is holding, let's say, a crore or 10 crores of cash, with 20,000, he has to, that individual or maybe that collection of individuals has to make 5 times more transactions compared to if you keep the threshold at 1 lakh or if you keep it at 10 lakhs, basically that is, 50 times as much. And the way that you ferret out, some of the hoarded cash is by making it, really inconvenient, increasing the threshold for people, the number of hoops they have to go through in order to actually convert this. And therefore, there is, sound economic logic. And as I was saying, earlier, and that is why I was coming to the use of digital transactions. I don't know when you used a 2,000 rupee note. In the last 5 years, I don't remember, keeping a 2,000 rupee note.
No, but it comes out of the ATM even now. Sir, it comes out of the ATM even now in many banks. So it's not as if you're looking for a 2,000 rupee note. Even when you're taking out a 10,000 rupee note, and even if you're taking out 10,000 rupees at one time, oftentimes it just comes out of the bank ATM.
No, but the fundamental question to ask is, when was the last time you went and withdrew something from the ATM? I did not. I use digital money. Mostly I don't even carry any cash in my wallet, and there are many people who do the same as well. So only if you need cash do you actually.
Rahul Srivastava had a quip. Dr. So Rahul Srivastava had a quip. He says maybe somebody else is paying your bills and you don't need to take out money and go give it each time like lesser mortals do. Yes, Siddharth.
Siddharth Zarabi here. Good to see you. What happens to currency in circulation when you issue 4 times the note equivalent to 3.62 lakh crore? How does that square off with the overall policy objective of reducing cash in circulation?
So I think, the use of digital money has really raised the use of digital money as a percentage of overall transactions that are happening. And, as the RBI data shows, the 2,000 rupee note, which was about 40% of cash in circulation in March 2018, that has come down, by a quarter, actually, by 4 times. It has become 10%, which means, the 2,000 rupee note is not being used as a medium of exchange. It's being used primarily for hoarding money, and therefore, it does not affect the primary function of money, which is as a medium of exchange.
So that's a good point. I want to get, thank you, Dr. Subramaniam, for joining us. I want to get Supriya Shrine from the Congress to respond to this, that at this moment, the 2,000 rupee note is not being used, Supriya, for exchange. It's being used as a medium for hoarding, and therefore, if the 2,000 rupee note is removed from circulation, that is actually a good thing. What we're seeing is a good thing, according to Dr. Subramaniam, not something to be quarreling about. You can say that it's happened late, should have happened earlier, etc., etc. That may be true, but it's not something which is wrong, and even Mr. Chidambaram agrees with that.
No, Rahul, I never said it was wrong. I said the government was wrong to begin with introducing a 2,000 rupee note. They blundered. And we have paid a price for that blunder. And people can come and sing peals of demonetization here. This government celebrates anniversary of everything. Why do they never celebrate the anniversary of demonetization? Because it was the most draconian decision ever taken. I will just make one brief point though, Rahul, and I think this point needs to be debated. When you have these periodic, unplanned, trigger-happy things happen in the Indian economy, it shakes the confidence in our own currency. And I will tell you the repercussions of this. Go back and see demonetization and go back and see how gold imports rose very sharply because people start hoarding money in gold, or worse still, they start buying dollars overseas through Hawala and all of that. I shudder to think this shakes the confidence in our currency, which is already under pressure. And I think which is why the government needs to have a more planned, detailed decision making and not have draconian steps. I never said it's right or wrong.
Sanju Verma, respond to this. 2 things. One, why is the limit so low? Just 20,000 rupees, which means that if you want to return, say 40, 50, 67,000 rupees, you have to go again and again to the banks. That sounds terribly inconvenient. Secondly, this is, as Mr. Chidambaram says, just rectifying a self-goal that you brought this note, which should have never been brought. It was against your stated intent. Now you're just correcting your own mistake.
Rahul, let me be very clear. First and foremost, that on the 2nd of January this year, the Supreme Court, via a majority judgment, actually upheld the demonetization decision taken by the Modi government in 2016. Point number 2, there was only one dissenting judge, and even she only questioned the execution, not the bona fide intent of the decision in the first place. Point number 3, you say, how many times will a person have to go to bank? I want to ask you something. 3.6 lakh crore worth of 2000 rupee notes are in circulation, which you said corroborated by your other panelists. Now you tell me, how many transactions need to be done in a 2000 rupee note to achieve 3.6 lakh crore?
No, but each transaction can only be 20,000 rupees. I'm sure the data intelligence unit will do the maths, but...
Rahul, can you please, what is wrong with you? Why are you heckling me? I'm saying, with an upper threshold of 20,000 rupee per transaction, I want to ask you basic arithmetic. How many transactions overall need to be done over the next 4 months to reach 3.6 lakh crore? Can any of your panelists tell me that? Because you're making a big hoo-halla about it.
Okay,
Tell me the number of transactions needed. Tell me the number of transactions needed. It is less than 2 lakh and you're making such a big show about it. Please talk numbers with me. I want to ask you one more thing. I asked you at the beginning of the show, what is the total volume of notes today in the current country? It is 13,053 crore. How many 2000 rupee notes are there? 214 crore 2000 rupee notes, which is only 1.6% of the total volume of notes in circulation. So Rahul...
No, but why look at volume of notes? You have to look at value of notes. Volume of notes. Why are you looking at volume of notes? Obviously, if it's 2000 rupees, look at the value of the note.
Why have you become a heckler? Why have you started heckling?
Hey, madam, if I say something, you are saying heckling. You are saying, look, if it's a 10 rupee note, you can look at the volume of notes. If it's 2000 rupee, you look at value of note, not volume of note.
Let me even talk about value. Let me talk about value. What is the value of total notes in circulation? Please give me the number, Rahul.
3.6 lakh crores, right? 3.6 lakh crores.
Total value of notes in circulation, Siddharth and Rahul, please correct yourselves. Total value of notes in circulation.
10% of the total. So
can I finish? Rahul Srivastav is
You're asking a question, then when somebody gives you the answer, you are saying, why are you speaking? Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Total value of notes in circulation is 32 lakh crore. Total value of 2000 rupee notes in circulation in value terms is only 10%, about 3.6 lakh crore. Total percentage of 2000 rupee notes in terms of volume in circulation is 1.6. If you look at value, it is 10%. If you look at volume, it is 1.6.
Okay, so Sanju's monopolizing this. The big deal is that maybe this note should have never been introduced. That's point number one.
It is a calibrated withdrawal.
Okay, you're calling it... Sanju, you can't foist your opinion on everyone. Okay, we've heard you. Her fader goes down. Sanju Verma, you have as much of a right to speak as do others on the show. You are foisting your view on the others. You've spoken. Give everyone else an opportunity. I'm running out of time. Supriya Srinath, 15 seconds to conclude.
Because I used to look at stocks, look at the US dollar and that's selling in cash right now in the other markets, 87.7. Look at where gold and silver are. And that tells you why this government needs to think through decisions. 87.7% in the cash market for the US dollar. That's not good news for our currency, and you wait and see what happens tomorrow morning.
Okay, I'm going to wrap up. 10 seconds each. Rahul Srivastav and Siddharth Zarabi.
Rahul, what Mr. Subramanian said, that if people take large volumes, it will take them long time. The same thing was said in 2016. Didn't work out. All the money came back virtually. Second, this is not a popular currency among the masses, but in trading and retail and the wholesale world, this is the currency to be dealt with. 10% of your economy's cash in circulation will definitely have ripples in the system. It will cause setbacks, Rahul. It did last time around in 2016. This is an economy recovering from COVID and other setbacks. I think it will create shocks.
Well, the economic impact will pan out, but it's very clear that there is going to be a mix. People, those who are black money holders, and if they get caught, that's fine, but there is going to be a significant impact. More importantly, on the banking system, with all that new currency being brought into circulation. So, the final point really, Rahul, at this stage is, as of now, I don't think anyone will be willing to take a 2000 rupee note.
Okay.
The promissory nature and the trust in that note has been done away with, and that's the government's decision.
It's unlikely that any trader tomorrow, you go to him with a 2000 rupee note, say it's valid till the 30th of September. He's going to say, nah, baba, nah, apne ko nahi chahiye. I'm going to keep my hand, you go give it to the bank, you give it to the RBI. Anyway, you heard different points of view. You heard from Mr. Chidambaram, you heard from the BJP, you've heard from our editors. We will track this story very, very closely. We're slipping into a break. I'll have a lot more for you when we come back on the other side. Stay with us. Back in a moment, Saurabh Majumdar, Supriya Srinate, Sanju Verma for joining me on the news track. Thank you. More on the other side of a quick break. Stay with us.
We broke CM Sita 48 hours before Raw. We broke Deputy CM DK 12 hours before Raw.
Their exit poll was the exact poll.
We broke Karnataka formula 72 hours before Raw.
We have that answer for you now on India Today. Siddaramaiah will be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka.
India's #1 political team is unrivaled. Every news break, first on your channel.
You're now smiling and accepting Deputy Chief Ministership.
We have promised them that we'll give a good government with a good governance.
Keeping you ahead is our promise. The war has ended. India Today stands tall.
Ladha has become the youngest Indian to reach the Mount Everest base camp at a height of 17,500 feet. The 6-year-old from Pune was accompanied by her mother, Dimple Ladha, on the 15-day expedition.
It was really a very happy moment for me. The moment she completed, it was like a dream come true, setting a record, and especially for her, it was a lot difficult. The temperature variation is way too much because it was -17 over there. We have never experienced such freezing temperature. The terrain was tough. It was we used to trek about 6 to 8 hours, covering 8-10 kilometers of distance every day.
The mother and daughter braved sub-zero temperatures to achieve the feat. During the trek, the mercury dropped to -17 degrees Celsius.
Arishka, how did you enjoy?
Good.
And did you shiver over there?
Yes.
And did you wear woolen clothes?
Yes.
How many layers?
7.
And your mother?
3.
3 layers. And what did you enjoy? What did you eat over there?
Only dal bhat.
And what about chocolates?
Yes.
Chocolate also?
Yes.
Arishka's parents, Kaustubh and Dimple, say they will support her if she wants to scale Mount Everest when she grows up. Bureau Report, India Today.
Why does this happen? Let me tell you the science behind it.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today News Mode.
Trouble is mounting for the Narcotics Bureau's celebrity salute or infamous salute, Samir Wankhede. India Today has exclusively accessed a vigilance report against him that reveals glaring lapses in the Aryan Khan drug probe. India Today has also accessed alleged WhatsApp chats of Wankhede with Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan. In messages that Samir claimed he received from the Bollywood actor, Shah Rukh urged him to be nice to his son and show mercy towards his family, claiming that his son's spirit will be destroyed by a prolonged imprisonment. This is where we wrap up the news track tonight. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Rajdeep Sardesai comes up next, and on News Today, he's looking at the impact of the Karnataka verdict on the big general elections of 2024. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you for your time and your trust.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 40 and minimum 26 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 33 and minimum 28 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 39 and minimum 26 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 33 and minimum 25 degrees. Chennai, maximum 34 and minimum 28 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 40 and minimum 27 degrees.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Why does this happen? Let me tell you the science behind it.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today News Mode.
Siddaramaiah will be the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
The Karnataka thriller is over. On the face of it, the marathon race has had a happy ending, with the winner Siddaramaiah and the runner-up DK Shivakumar making the right noises. The final act in the script was written by Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, who burnt the proverbial midnight oil to work out a compromise between the two contenders. The Gandhi's point person in the whole saga, K.C. Venugopal, met Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar back-to-back on Wednesday night between 9:45 p.m. and 11:15 p.m. Sources indicate Sonia Gandhi, now in semi-retirement, played a key role in preparing the peace pact. Over 2 hours later, at 1:45 Thursday morning, the message was sent out to the media. The deal is done, and the oath will take place on Saturday in Bengaluru. Official word will have to wait. The confirmation came from DK Shivakumar at 9:20 a.m.
Are you happy with the formula that has been worked out?
See, Congress party, we have a commitment before the people of Karnataka.
Yes.
Parliament elections are ahead, so in larger interest of the party.
Yeah. You have agreed to the formula?
Why not?
At 10:30 a.m., Siddaramaiah, Shivakumar and Surjewala had a breakfast meeting at Venugopal's residence. The menu: dosas, idlis, vadas, and of course, a photo op. An hour later, Randeep Surjewala tweeted photographs of Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar with Kharge. A Congress press meet followed at 12 noon. The script obviously being followed to the T. This was first official announcement.
Siddaramaiah will be the Chief Minister of Karnataka. DK Shivakumar will be the only one Deputy CM. He will continue as a PCC President till the Parliament election is over.
The formula made public missed one vital point. Will the CM be rotated?
Power sharing formula is to share the power to the people of Karnataka. That's all.